Hello, in today's video I want to show you what is the Terraform state. As you remember from the previous video, when I created resources with Terraform, I was able to run Terraform destroy and all resources were successfully deleted. But resources which are not managed by Terraform, such as subnet, security group, VPC, and any other resources were not touched. So how Terraform do that? When I run Terraform Apply, so let me run it one more time to create some resources. In the AWS, I'm reusing the same code which we used in the previous video without any changes. So I'm going to just run yes. And after approximately 30 seconds, EC2 instance will be created on AWS console. Let me go here. Right now, demo instance is in the pending state. And there is the previous demo instances which were deleted. So it's still created. Approximately, it needs 30 minutes to create the EC2. And once EC2 created, there is the file named Terraform state. It's already created, but right now it's empty. Once Terraform complete execution, some content will be added into this file. Execution completed, content added to the file. So what does this file contain? It contains all the information about the resources which were created by AWS. So we see here is the provider which was used, which AMI is used, which IRN, so where is like it contain instance ID, if it has public IP, and all the information about this EC2 instance. And when I run Terraform destroy, Terraform check those resources which exist here and delete them. Same with the modifications. For example, I can try to modify the tag from let's change application from web app to web 2, and I should be able to find this tag in this Terraform state. So let me do the search. It's here. Tags, application, web app. So I can run now Terraform apply again, and Terraform also would check this state, and also it will check state of the resource in the AWS. So right now it shows that a web app will be changed to the web app 2. So let me do that. And once this applied, state will be updated immediately. So I should be able to find here the tag application. Now it has the value web app 2. What would happen if I go here to the tags and I need to refresh the page because it showed me the old values. So now I can revert it back and I can run Terraform apply again. So what happened in this case? Terraform will go first to the state file to see which resources are managed by Terraform, and then it will check the state of this resource inside of the AWS and is detected the drift that in the Terraform configuration I have specified web app 2, but really there is web app. I can type yes and everything will be returned to the correct state. But what happens if I will delete this file? So there is the gf state and gf state backup. So I can delete both of them. And now I can try to run Terraform apply again. And there is, at the beginning, there is no refreshing the state because state does not exist. And Terraform report that it wants to create all the resources. So when this is the one resource, it's pretty easy. You can kind of, for example, if you need to delete this EC2 instance, I can go to the AWS and I need to delete. Same with the configuration changes. I can change the instance type and any other settings. But it's not recommended to do any changes through the AWS UI. But what happens if those resources are 1,000 and state file is lost? There is the answer. It's kind of can take a lot of time to complete, but I can show you. So every resource in the Terraform, here I'm using the AWS instance. I can go here, AWS instance, Terraform. I can find the documentation, and every resource in the Terraform has such thing as import. So I can copy just this command. I can paste it right here. And it's required me to provide a few things. First of all, Terraform import. Then I need to specify Terraform resource name. And I have AWS instance and I'm going to specify here AWS instance. Next one is the resource name. My resource name here is the demo, so I'm going to specify demo. And last parameter, this is the instance ID. So I'm going to go to the open AWS, find this instance ID, put it right here, and I can run Terraform import. So what happened in this case? This instance will be associated with following Terraform resource, and it will be added to the state file. So as you may see, state file was restored. There is already web app 2, there is the text, there is the all information. So I can run now Terraform destroy, for example, and it should successfully identify that this instance is managed by Terraform because there was refreshing the state for this instance ID, and now I can delete. So it can be complicated when those resources like a lot, but there is the other option. Terraform also has such concept as remote backend. And since I'm using the AWS, I'm going to use remote backend type as S3. I can just simply copy this configuration and put into the my Terraform. There is the provider, and I'm going to copy it right here. So it's required me to provide like few parameters. First of all, there's the bucket name. I'm gonna open to the S3 and choose any existing bucket, but you need to make sure that you have permission to access this bucket. This is bucket where CloudFormation templates are stored, and I need to put key. Key is like pass to the file. I'm going to use state tf or simply web app.tf state, and region is US East 1. So now if I will run Terraform apply again, it will say the error that backend initialize required. So what I'm going to do is just copy Terraform init, execute it again. Now it's initializing the backend on the S3, and it's also asking me if I want to copy existing state to this new backend. I will specify yes. Once I did it, I should see the folder state and web app tf state. So now my state stored on the S3 bucket. And I don't need those files locally anymore, so I can delete backup, I can delete tf state, and I can run still Terraform destroy, and automatically Terraform will detect that those resources are managed by AWS. But this still not prevent us from the state to be lost, because someone who has permission can go to the AWS and delete this state. But remote state is very useful in the cases when multiple developers are working on the Terraform at the same time. And because if state stored locally, for example, I executed Terraform apply, I created a bunch of resources in AWS, and another developer working on something different in the same with the same Terraform code. And when he is executing Terraform apply, he doesn't have the state file and all of the resources created again from the scratch. With Terraform S3 remote backend, this issue is solved because everyone who will run Terraform apply will automatically fetch the latest state from the S3. But what happens if two developers or maybe more will run Terraform at the same time? Like latest execution will rewrite state file. To prevent that, there is another concept called state lock. Not all of remote backends support state lock, but S3 support is like S3 itself do not have native like file locking, but with help of DynamoDB table, it can be easily achieved. So what needs to be done? A DynamoDB table need to be created and specified as table name in the remote backend. And after that, every time when someone runs Terraform apply, on this table will be created record with like some hash, and the state will be locked. Next, for example, I executed the Terraform apply, table in DynamoDB created and state is logged. And in parallel, another developer is trying to run Terraform Apply, but he will get the message that state file is currently logged, and it will see the information who logged this file. And once my Terraform Apply will be completed, another developer would be able to run Terraform Apply. But this still not prevent us from someone to delete the state and lost control on all of the file. So what general recommendation for the bucket itself is to enable versioning. So you can go here to the properties, you can click edit and enable versioning, and I can click save changes. So what's happened once I have versioning? Every time when new version of state file is created, new version will be published, but old one will still exist. So let me show you. So I can run again some modification of the instance, and I can go to run Terraform Apply. Again, I do not have any state locally, so everything will be fetched automatically from the S3. This is going to apply some changes to the volume. And once this is completed, let me go here, let me refresh, and new version of the state file was created. And in this case, we will have a lot of those versions. And even if someone will delete any of those versions, we will still have a lot of them. And Terraform also, not the Terraform, but S3 has the kind of protection. So if I will go here and click delete, it will say that I want to permanently delete. I can specify, yes, I want to delete object. Looks like everything was deleted, but I still see this file because I still have the previous version of the file. So this is the very useful, and this prevent from state file to be completely deleted. Thank you for your attention.